Poul's Kitchen. This is Chef Paul. With me is Chef Amy.
Hi.
And Chef Alex.
Hi.
So it's weird. We actually got Amy around for a couple days. Like, wow, I don't know what's going on here. I kind of feel like I need to run away.
I'm on my days off.
Need to run away. I'm just joking. Welcome to Poul's Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing some apple butter barbecue sauce. If you go to a restaurant, sometimes one of the nicest and most delicious moments you'll have is getting something in butter or apple butter, like in chicken or beef. It tastes amazing. And you know what? It's not hard to make. The worst part about it is A, waiting for the slow cooker, and B, cutting the apples, because you got to seed it a little bit. Now with this, Alex will get you turn around a little bit. This I got about 10 apples. I'm not going to peel them. They still got, it doesn't matter what type of apples you're going to use. Any will be fine. But we're going to let this cook in the slow cooker on low for 10 hours. So I'm going to start off with one onion. And Amy's going to be cursing me out here because she's got a lot of dishes to do.
Nah, that's okay. I did them earlier, so.
Then I got 1 can of diced tomatoes. Now we can use an immersion blender later. It's not a big deal. So we're not done. I've got 1 orange and 1 jalapeno. Now before I start duping the apples in, because it's going to get to be a pain, I'm going to do a lot of black pepper. Now remember, this is a barbecue sauce. And this is low salt, low sodium salt. It does call for lemon. You can use it fresh if you want. I don't like using it, so I'm going to use, because it's hard to get around here.
And lemons don't stay fresh for very long.
Nope, but if you get the juice, then you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you grab me a spoon, Amy?
Yeah.
It's very nutritious, and a lot of people are going to say you're supposed to use a lot of sugar. I've watched a lot of people do recipes. This is already blended up garlic, so I like using a lot of garlic.
You would probably get the sugar anyway from all the apples.
You do.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people seem to think, and then I'm going to use paprika. I don't understand why people seem to think that they need to use a load of sugar. It's not necessary. I'm going to use quite a bit of cinnamon. Now, this also calls for some nutmeg. We're out of it right at the moment. Not a big deal. If we had it, we'd use it.
Yeah.
If you have it, use it. I'm going to use some plain old American mustard. Then instead of using a whole whack of sugar, because I'm not adding any, we're going to use some honey. It's more natural, it'll be better, so it's not a big thing.
Tastes better too.
It does, and it's better for you.
Yeah.
Then we're going to use some apple cider vinegar.
Always.
It helps negate the effects of the actual garbage sugar, so it's good for you anyways. Then I'm going to use some allspice. And then liquid smoke.
Very little bit of it.
You do not need a lot of this, like Amy said. Chef Amy's right. If you put too much in here, it's going to taste like a shoe. Nobody's going to
We
want it.
don't need that.
So just a little bit of a drop. So now, Amy, with both your hands, can you bring the apples over, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, while she's very carefully holding this. Now, like I said, we're going to have this on low for 10 hours. And the other trick is, once we're done this, Amy's going to do the same with some more up, because we're probably going to have apples left over. So what Amy's going to do on this, she's going to take a pot. We're going to put a little bit of water, apple cider vinegar with that, spice up just a little bit, and we're going to cook that for about 40 minutes over the stove.
Oh,
Back out, Amy.
garbage.
So we'll have some apple butter barbecue sauce, and we'll have just some regular old apple butter.
Yummy.
Now, some people are saying, well, you know, Paul, why do you put the crushed tomatoes in there? Why didn't you just use ketchup? Ketchup is loaded with sugar. It really is. It's not good for anything. It tastes really, really bad. Actually, no, I think we're good here. So we'll see if Amy wants to make it regular apple butter.
Yeah, we can. We have enough apples that need to get used.
So here we go. My crock pot is pretty much full of this. So I'm just going to take a minute. And after a while, when it cooks a little bit more, I'm going to go in and I'm going to
Stir it more.
stir it more. It's going to take a little bit to do it, but it's not that big a deal. It's going to have a little bit of spice. It's going to have the smoked flavor. And this is going to be really good for chicken or anything you want to barbecue, really. It's an incredible, absolutely incredible thing to do. So we'll be back when this is done, but it's going to be a while. 10 hours, I said. And then we're going to have to take the immersion blender and blend the rest of it. You can do this through a food processor now. It's probably going to take a little longer because the apples are hard, so you're going to have to go through a food processor if you wanted to do any more. But, you know, that's it. So I'm going to put the cover on here. And what time is it?
12:30.
12:30. So
10:30.
10:30 tonight. We'll be ready to take that out. So we'll be back. Welcome back. So as we see here, Amy started to decide she wants to do. She wanted to make some apple butter. So I'm just going to put a little bit more water in here, and I'm going to turn the heat down to a 2. So I'm putting it on low because it's going to be there for a little bit longer than it is.
And it was sticking a bit, so
It's starting to burn a little bit. Not a big deal.
yeah.
It happens. Just means Amy's going to have more fun cleaning it off. Now, as you can see here, with the apple butter itself, and this is just plain old apple butter, but everything's coming down. When this is all said and done, this is going to be the right color. It's been what, an hour and a half, maybe?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. So this is almost done.
So it doesn't take that long. You
Doesn't-
just have to watch it to make sure it doesn't burn.
Yeah. And that's something, this is Amy's project, so she's the screw up here, not me. But seriously, folks, pay attention when you're doing this. I should have had Amy watch this a little bit more, but she didn't. Not a big deal. It's still going to be good. So Amy's going to sit here until it's done. And we're going to cook this a little bit longer, and you'll notice it's going to reduce in size too, because the longer you cook it, the more it will reduce.
Then it'll be more like butter in
Yeah.
the end.
So what we're going to do here is she's going to do this for another 10 minutes, and then she's going to take it off the heat. And then from there, she's just going to let it sit and cool off. And then we're ready to put it in a container. And it's going to be so good.
It is.
Now, over to here, our barbecue sauce. It doesn't, if Alex can put in here so we can actually see inside here, it doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot. And 10:30 tonight, Amy's probably going to have to take the immersion blender and put her in and start blending it, put it through a food processor, put it through a blender, either any of them. But after a couple hours of this, you want to go in and you want to give a really good stir so everything's all incorporated and mixed up. I'm probably going to have this put through a blender myself, but after 10 hours of this, it should work good. So after that's been off the stove and cooled down for a little bit, we're going to come back and that'll be the end of that part. But it's going to be much later for this, so we still got more to do here, guys. So we'll be back soon. Welcome back. So before we go any further, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. If you don't, Amy's going to get really upset and she's going to steal your chocolate.
No.
She will. She's really good at that.
No.
So Amy and I are finished the apple butter. And so you can see a good consistency. It tastes really, really good. It's not a big thing. We could have probably put a lot more apples, made it a lot more, but you don't really need that much. So
No.
So what you're gonna do at this point, if this is too chunky for you, you can leave it cooked down a little bit more. You can take an immersion blender, a blender, whatever you want, and you can blend it down even further. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just gonna take a quick taste test. Amy just loves it when I cook because this means that she has a lot of dishes to do. She loves this. It's gonna take a little bit. It's really, really hot. Oh God, that turned out perfect. Couldn't turn out any better, Amy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be great. So this part of it's done. So we're going to let this cool up all the way. We're taking it completely off the heat, and then when it's done, we're going to put this in a container. I wouldn't let this sit out for more than a week, maybe 2 at most, because it will go bad. If you got mason jars and you know how to use those work even better. You can freeze it if you want to do that. If we went out apple picking, if we got like massive amounts, I would totally do this, and I would do the mason jar route because, I mean, who doesn't like apple butter?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to be really anti-Dutch for that. We still got a lot of time for the barbecue sauce. It is coming, but it won't be until later tonight. So we will be back, so stay tuned. Hopefully if you tried the apple butter, which is the exact same thing, it's just basically a few spices and apples, don't need a whole lot more.
No.
But we're going to be back, so stay tuned. Welcome to Poul's Kitchen. We're back, and I really appreciate it. Chef Al's no longer with us. Amy's behind the camera.
Hi.
And we're done. And here is our butter chicken barbecue sauce. It is now complete, and we don't even need the immersion blender because everything cooked all the way down, so we're just going to give it a good mix. We don't need a blender, we don't need anything. Just going to give it a quick little taste here.
I bet it's really good.
It's really, really hot.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. So all that's left in here, folks, is put this in containers. Let this cool down a little bit. We didn't need the full 10 hours. It's pretty good. So we're gonna let this. We're gonna put this into something here. I've turned it off. I've unplugged the thing. So we're gonna let this put this away, and that's good. So please hit the like, share, subscribe. I hope everybody likes this. Try it out. Put this on your favorite pork. Don't put it on steak. Don't need sauce on steak. Chicken, whatever you want. This is going to be amazing. It's going to taste great, refreshing, and I'm telling you, it's worth every second.